Hello Monday, where Rachel talks all things ballet and fitness, sharing strategies and techniques to help you start, grow, and create a thriving business using your passion for ballet and fitness. And here's your host, Rachel Withers.
Hi there, hello, and welcome to another Hello Monday. I didn't think we were going to make it tonight. We've had a few tech issues. We had tech issues 2 weeks ago, and we've just had tech issues now. So apologies for being a little late on tonight, but we're here now. It is going to be a great session, a great live. We are talking about growth mindset and really why that is so important when it comes to running a successful fitness business, your classes, and really how adopting the right mindset is critical for success in life. And I really tend to talk to people every day. They have great ideas and they have big goals, but they don't believe really in their own ability to succeed. And they're quite often saying things to me such as, who am I to become a fitness professional? Who am I to become a life coach? Who am I to run a fitness business? Or they say things like, somebody else is already doing what I want to do. And really, I truly believe that having a mindset of success is far, far, far more important than your skills, your education, or your abilities. And changing your mindset, it's not going to happen overnight. We all have limiting beliefs that have been programmed into us since childhood. But with practice, we can really direct our mindset to really help us succeed. So what, as always, I would love you to do, and I'm just going to jump to the comments, is say hello to you all. Please say hi back. Hi, Nicola, great to have you. Hi, Kellyanne, great to have you on here. Somebody's saying hello, but I can't see your name because we're using StreamYard. So as always, please really interact through this live stream tonight. Love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear really what issues kind of you feel. Do you have a growth mindset or do you have limiting beliefs? Hi, Alison, great to have you on tonight. Before I introduce our special guest tonight, which is Deborah, who runs her own fitness practice and also happens to be a BalletBeFit instructor, I'm just going to share a little story with you. And I hope you like this story. It is called 6 More Pumps to the River of Success. So hi there. Hi, everybody. So let me just explain what the 6 More Pumps to the River of Success story is. So it is about a water pump. Now, I know you're probably thinking, what on earth am I on about? Well, have you ever seen those old Western films where there's the trough to water the horses in the high street? And that's the sort of pump that I'm just going to talk about just before Deborah comes and joins us on this live stream. And it's one of those ones where there's that massive big arm that needs that constant pumping up and down. And then finally, the water gushes through into the trough. Well, as I understand it, that pump is sitting above a well of water deep in the ground. So when someone comes and wants a drink, they have to pump and pump for what seems like an absolute age. And in a way, it's like a new business sometimes. I'd like you to think of it rather like a new business. There's a massive amount of work going on, going into it. There's planning, there's really preparing, there's setting new goals, there's taking action, there's focus, there's resilience, there's persistence. And that's all going on really when you're running your business. And especially at startup, there's a lot of planning going on. But what I want you to think about, as that thirsty person keeps pumping, initially nothing seems to be happening. And they pump and still nothing. And if they really didn't need that water, it would be quite easy for them to really get distracted, move away, not keep that focus, not keep that pumping, and really think that the water was never going to come. And think about it. What if they had lost that focus? What if they lost the persistence? What if they lost that resilience and they actually gave up pumping? And this really tends to be very similar to what we do when we set out, when we set out our plans. And we really need to keep that direction, and we really need to keep that focus. And we need to make sure that we're taking a certain amount of action, and we need to be doing that. And sometimes we feel we're not getting immediate results, but we need to not lose that focus, and we really do need to keep sticking with it. And that's what I kind of want you to think about here. What, this person, if they don't stick with that pumping, nothing is ever going to seem like it's going to happen. And think about it, that water has a really long way to come up. But as they keep going with all that pumping, steadily expelling air from the pipes and forcing that water to climb up to the surface, and had they stopped, that water could be, just think about it, could be just a few more pumps from gushing through. And that's what I want you to think about. Sometimes you can be so close, you can be that few more pumps before your success is realized. And that's why we're going to be talking about growth mindset and really building that strength, that focus, and that resilience to keep going. Because when you do that, you are really going to get that water gushing through. You're going to get success. So this is what every successful entrepreneur knows. It could be just that next half dozen of pumps, those next few actions that brings it all to the surface. So I just want you to think about that. Imagine stopping just before it all came gushing through. And what I'd like you to really think about is you need to just remember this story and 6 more pumps to a river of success. And I hope that story will just help you think about really making your plan, taking action, having the focus and the resilience to keep going. Because when you do that, you will get that water, you will get that success. So I hope you enjoyed that story. And hi Rosa, good to have you here. Hi to have you all here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to invite Deborah to join us, and Deborah is going to just tell us a little bit about herself and sort of where she's at with her businesses at the moment. And we're going to talk about growth mindset and really how to develop that and how it has helped Deborah really in building her business. So I'm just going to add Deborah to the screen. Hi Deborah, great to have you. Great to have you here. Hi.
Hi Rachel, thanks for having me. So I suppose just a little bit of background about me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a 500 RYS yoga instructor and BalletBeFit instructor, which delighted to be, both at the basic level and just recently in the Feel Young practice, which I'm delighted to have on board as a part of my package, because I think it's a really nice package to have. I worked in, I suppose, a bit about my background and how I came into fitness. I worked in financial services for over 15 years. Yay, yawn. But due to mental burnout, I suppose I opted out of financial services and I opened up my own fashion boutique in 2009, which I had to close 3 years later. And I suppose I felt brokenhearted and I suppose a little lost for a period, but I continued to work in the fashion industry and for some time after that, a little break. And I was still, I suppose I was teaching because I qualified in aerial yoga, because after having 4 car crashes, I kind of got introduced to aerial yoga first to help with my spine and stuff like that. So I'm an aerial yoga instructor as well. And I think for me, yoga has brought the rehab side of things. So likewise with the BalletBeFit, I think it's going to be so beneficial from that point of view.
So,
sorry.
You experienced something quite well. You've had 4 crashes, haven't you? You've had 4. And this. So sorry, say that again. Sorry.
People just kept liking to meet me. So.
The way you phrase it is, but it really changed. I think the direction of where you wanted to take your life. It was something that out of something very negative, a very hard experience, these crashes, it changed you, and hence you really started into aerial yoga. And how did you kind of because I believe that pursuing your passion, doing something that, we have life-changing moments that take us to the direction of where we're truly meant to be. How did you realise that? When did you realise that?
Well, I suppose when I was kind of like 30, I sort of hit that wall of financial services hatred. And I suppose I think that's when you kind of say, you choose what you want to do, and you kind of go, am I going to continue in this burnout, which is where I felt I was going, in a stressful job, working 15, 16-hour days, trying to squeeze in some exercise somewhere in the day, and not getting it enough, and really feeling physically sick every morning going to work. And I sort of said, enough. So to actually quit my job was a big thing, and I could continue, I suppose, in a good pensionable job forever and have that nice 6-figure salary. But to be honest, Rachel, it wasn't for me. I just, my father is a farmer, and we don't come from a very, like high-end thing. My dad always says, if you work at something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And it doesn't matter what monetary things don't matter. And I suppose that's a lovely mindset to have. And he still has it. He's 70 odd, and he's still working away on the farm. So I think to have that passion at 70 something, isn't it lovely to go out there and do your job at 70 something and still feel that passion for it? So,
and not feel like it's a job.
Exactly. And I think that was, for me, that's where I wanted to take it. So when I quit finance and went into fashion, I was happy, but I knew, like, I have a mortgage to pay. I'm the only person paying the bills. So I knew I couldn't just quit my job and take up fitness. So I knew I had to gradually change it. And for me, I've gradually changed it from 16-hour a day to a 5-hour a day, part-time work. So that's fine. It works out, and it means that I can put more time into fitness. Like I have a job which is close by, it's just basic admin, which I could do with my eyes shut from coming from financial services. So it's that's not taxing to me, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I can get up in the morning and I can do classes before I leave for work, and then I finish at 2 o'clock, and I have plenty of time for classes that I can put my all into. Where when I was working 12-hour days, I was kind of racing home to try and fit one class in a week just to teach. So I wasn't giving enough to my students, or I felt I wasn't giving enough to my students. So it's trying to find the growth to develop my business, and I suppose that's when that started. That point is trying to cut back the daily grind that you want to cut away from, and while you can't do that immediately, knowing that that's your goal is the end game, and finding it.
Did you set I can say it, specific goals? I don't know what's going on tonight. I can't speak. Did you set specific goals to kind of move you into delivering what you wanted to do? Did you do a vision board? Did you do any of those techniques?
Definitely a vision board. For me, it was Pinterest initially. I had this vision of what I wanted to create. I still have that vision of a retreat center, and it's there in the long-term vision. When I'll get there is another story, because obviously, it takes capital to build up, and we all don't have capital that we can just flick a switch and say, here's my retreat center, ta-da. But also, there's no point in saying, ta-da, here's my retreat center. Nobody's willing to come through the door. So we have to put in the market research. We have to put in the planning, the one, see if there's a need for that. And for me, that I'm kind of constantly doing, if that makes sense, constantly kind of putting my feelers out there every time I have a workshop. I'm sort of saying, oh, in the future I will have, and in the future I will be doing. And they're, oh, well, tell us when that's happening, so I want to be on that, or, you know, that kind of way. It's constantly just sowing the seeds.
Yes.
So
you're constantly always believing that it's happening, and you're constantly nurturing those seeds, so that dream, that big goal will happen.
And big vision is always going to be there. And I know it's the same way I say I will win the lottery. I know the big vision is going to happen.
And
people laugh, but it's true.
No, it is true. And if you believe it, and that's the thing, it is about that. And it's, you know, just so that I'll explain a little bit more for the listeners what, you know, a growth mindset is and what a fixed mindset is. You see, the growth mindset is the belief that an individual's most basic abilities and skills can be developed through dedication, through hard work. Brains and talent are really just the starting point. And this is all according to Carol Dweck's research, who's a regarded professor of psychology. She really kind of turned this the growth in the fixed mindset. And really it's about growth mindset is wanting to expand your knowledge, wanting to stretch yourself, and believing in focus, action, and hard work. And really having that inquisitive mindset that as a child, we really wanted to learn, didn't we? We found everything interesting. And as we get older, we tend to just accept where we are, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and we don't expand at all. And I think that's something that we need to kind of get back to, is that inquisitive mindset. And then
one of the yoga mantras are like a self-study, so it's constantly developing your mind and constantly learning, constantly getting that growth. So as you said, as a childhood thing, it's ever since childhood that you were always told every day is a school day. And you know, what does that mean? Well, every day we're learning something new. Every day is availability. Once you can get up in the morning, it's another quote from my father. I swear to God,
I'm liking your father.
He took a cigar.
We should have had him on here, shouldn't we?
He's one of these people. He says every day that you can get up and, you know, learn something new is a good day. And it is true. It's just such a positive outlook on his life, you know, and he is a fit and healthy man for that reason, I think, because he has that positive mindset. And I think that's the one thing I got from him. You know, don't get me wrong, there are days when you can say, oh, I'm back in that fixed mindset. But I think if you get nothing else out of things, is dust yourself off, start again. Today's a new dawn.
Absolutely.
And we're able to work out again.
Definitely. And I'm just going to ask, I'll just ask the listeners, how are we working? If you can share some of your techniques and tips, how do you kind of work on your growth mindset? It'd be great to hear do you have a morning routine? Do you do a meditation? Do you just get out in the fresh air? Do you just think about what your plans and actions for the day, what you're going to learn, what your goals are? Love to hear some of that coming through in the comment box. Nicola's saying that one good thing lockdown has given her is finding she loves learning online. That's such a positive thing there, isn't it, really? That from lockdown, which is blur, to kind of having that opportunity to take it as learning. So thank you for sharing that, Nicola, with us. That's great. So what techniques do you use, Deborah, really for your growth mindset?
From a first point of view, I always use a gratitude journal. So I'm grateful for everything. So from the smallest things to like from the breath in my body to the food on my table, you know, from the roof over my head. It's just the simplest things. You know, some days you find that you can be stuck in a rut and you kind of say, there's nothing great to be grateful for in my life. But actually, if you look closely and you see the journey that you're on, and you kind of look and say, God, the greenery in the trees, the yellow in the flowers. Aren't I lucky to see nature every day? Aren't I lucky to breathe? Aren't I lucky to, smell the green grass when it's cut? Those things, to just simply quantify all the things that you can be grateful for. I think at the end of the day, I always try and write down at least 3 things that I'm grateful for every day. And that just sort of sets the mindset and says, well, I'm here, I'm okay, and the world is abundant, and it brings abundance to me. I also look at, I never try and say that I failed in a business. So when I set up my fashion business and I had to close it down, I know I had a brilliant product. I know I had fantastic, when I set up that business, I know my vision was right. But the only thing I didn't check into was the market. So in 2009, the crash had just happened here, just at the end of 2008. So people hadn't got expendable income for nice clothes. They were just about putting food on the table, because every time you opened the newspaper, every time you heard the news, it was like 50 more jobs are gone, 100 more jobs are gone, 1,000 more jobs are gone. So my business just wasn't in that right market at that right time. If I opened it up today, it'd probably be perfect. But do you know what? It's not failed. It's learning, and take the learnings from it. So never ever think that you're a failure if something doesn't work out. Take the learnings from what doesn't work out and move on. Just sort of say, that didn't work out, so be it. Move on. It's the past. We're not going there. We're only going forward. And for me, those are the simple things. So I try and keep it as simple as possible, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And just move forward. And kind of maybe my biggest mantra: mind over matter. We get there. You know, no matter, once you keep that vision and you're moving forward all the time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because for me, we have to retrain our brains. We have to actually, and it is the mind over the matter. It's a muscle, and it's about getting rid of those limiting beliefs. It's about going, I can do this. Yes, we all have things that don't quite go according to plan. Absolutely, as you say, Deborah, it's about taking it as, I never call it failures. I completely agree. I call it lessons. I always use the word how instead of if, in terms of if something's difficult, I've just used it. I don't go, if I'm going to get through this. I go, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to deal with this? And this really then makes me think about having a solution to an issue, rather than thinking, oh, I'm just not going to achieve it at all. And I really do really try and train my brain on limiting beliefs to think that the sky is the absolute limit. You can have everything that you want and everything that you desire. I believe in giving value to other people, and in return, I believe you get something back. And I think you need to push your fears always to one side and really dare to pursue that dream business. And it's about letting go of your logic. It's about letting go of your facts. It's about letting go of your figures. And you'll like that one, Deborah, letting go of your figures there, financial, and really just believing of where you can truly go, because I think some of the greatest entrepreneurs just run with an idea. They just go with that idea. They don't have it all figured out, not at all. They just go with it, and they completely learn on the way. I know I'm not saying we shouldn't have a plan, but you've got to set that course. You've got to have that plan, but you can't have everything so neatly figured out, because things will come and test you. And it's about going all in for me on your ideas and giving 100% of your attention and your belief. And so I'd just like your thoughts on that as well, Deborah. And Kellyanne's just before is saying overcoming your fears. Definitely. Sound is a lot better now. Thank you, Nancy. Nicola says the sound's better as soon as I said it was bad. Oh, it's there. It's the tech in you, Nicola, sorting us out there. Okay, so Deborah, it'd be lovely to share sort of what you do to really overcome those limiting beliefs that we all have, we all experience. Is there some tips, strategies that you could perhaps share with us?
Well, meditation is my main thing. To be honest, I kind of visualize quite a lot, sit on my mat and take some time just to do my visualizations. If anything, I could say from a limiting belief point of view, I'd probably say to know that no matter where you are in the world, that's power. And knowing that the power of not yet is also amazing. It means that there's room for growth, and it's just a learning curve. So what you don't know is just a value. So you can just go and learn it, find the information and learn. Like the world has gotten so much smaller because of the internet, and we have so much access to so many informations that, you know, it is just a learning curve to find out what you need. There's networks upon networks of people, and it's not to be afraid to ask for help. That's the most important thing I think I've taken from, you know, having to close down a business, and know that, okay, so be it, but know that you can actually strive to build another one, and know there's no limit. Like, shoot for the moon. You may well hit the stars on the way down. You know, and that's as simple as I can analyze it, if that makes sense.
It makes absolutely complete sense. And I think, you know, shoot for the moon, and you'll reach the stars. I think you said such an important point there, is ask for help. And that's what I really like about, you know, the community that we're in, the BalletBeFit family, because we're all supporting one another, we're all helping one another. And what that's doing is that kind of makes the growth of us so much stronger, so much quicker. It amplifies it. Yeah, I'll use that. It amplifies it. And I think that that's the real beauty of, and I'd like to see lots of yeses in there for that one, amplifying the supportive BalletBeFit community that we have here. And Nancy's saying she loves what you were saying, Deborah. And I think asking for help is so important, and people really do want to help. People love to help other people. It's a natural thing that we want to do, and I think we close off from that, and we think, oh no, I can't ask for help. But you can, and you'll be amazed. And anybody here, you know, the listeners here, if you need help and you ask for help, you'll be absolutely amazed how much support that you can get. Not just, you will always get that in this community, you will always get the help that you need, but if there's anywhere else that you need help, just ask that person that you need to go to, because I can guarantee the chances are that they will help you, and they'll support you, and they'll really help you get to where you need to be. And I think that that's something so really important to think about, is asking for help. I'm your guys' mentor. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. My job is to make sure that I make you as successful as I possibly can in your fitness businesses. That's why we do the Hello Monday. That's why we have my inner circle. That's why we have the membership. And it is all about that. And finding a mentor and finding that support is just going to get you there quick. They're so much quicker. And I know, Deborah, that you've been really being a wonderful student when it comes to my course, Master Your Fitpreneur Mind. And I would absolutely love for you to share some thoughts on it. I clearly think it's a great course. I clearly think it's what each and every instructor who is a BalletBeFit instructor should also sign up for that course, because I think it really will help in moving them forward with the business. And you shared with me a beautiful email about having the confidence to write because of it. So I'd love you to share your experiences of Master Your Fitpreneur Mind and how that's helped you, because that meant when you shared that email, that story with me, that made me feel amazing that what I wanted to do, which was help people and help them really grow and develop, that I'd made a difference. And it meant so very, very much to me. And that's why I wanted you to come on and share your experience. So I'd love you to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I just found it really, really powerful. The whole program is just been so powerful for me. One, personally, I don't like speaking in front of the camera. Hi. I really hated it, if I'm honest. And I never thought I would teach in front of a class either. But actually, the Master Fitpreneur Mind has even allowed me to expel that voice inside my head going, "You're crap. They don't want to hear what you have to say." You know, it has started to demystify that voice, if that makes sense. It has started to give me a lot more confidence in my inner self, take away all those nasty Nellies that are sitting on my earlobes going, or even, as you said, the limiting beliefs, just the freedom writing. I was never a good journaling person. I would just write like these bullet points of nothing. And when I look back at it going, I don't know what this means. But after listening to your Master Your Fitpreneur Mind, I found that I could freedom journal that I've never ever been able to do before. And when I look back at those notes, I'm kind of going, who is this person that's writing here? Because she doesn't normally exist, or hasn't existed in a long time. She probably hasn't existed since she was 3 or 4, if I'm perfectly honest. So probably the first 3 parts of that Master Your Fitpreneur Mind really exposed my youthful side again. And my youthful side loved to sing and loved to sit in a swing and just sing. And that, finding that voice again, even if it is just journaling it and just bringing it into the class, and having that fun, because my business is Lila Fitness, and what it means in Sanskrit is divine play. Why I named it that was because I want to have fun while you get fit and enjoy your fitness. Fitness shouldn't be about like boot camp and being roared at, and you need to have this great extension or this perfect line or this. We can all be fit no matter what our abilities are, no matter how big or how small we are. And I think that's, you know, to have more belief in ourselves, and for me to have more belief in myself. And I just found the course just amazing. And I continue to find it amazing. I love the meditation. It sets me up every session in the morning. I listen to it. That's where I sit. I lie in my bed. Don't sit anywhere. That's not me. I lie in my bed and I listen to it. And I just thoroughly enjoy the videos, the journaling, and I just write, freedom write. And it brings me to a place of, that's what I'm going to do for the next week. And I have enhanced. And actually, to be honest, Rachel, the whole of the course, I think I've gone through every single video now on the pro membership program as well at this point. So I do apologize if I've been bombarding people with, this is fantastic, this is fantastic, thanks very much. So, but it has been amazing and it has been wonderful. And for me, if I can leave anybody with anything, this is, you mentioned Carol Dweck earlier, it's in her mindset book. It's consistent practice divided by diligent effort plus the right method equals growth. And I've been doing that consistent practice. I've divided it by diligent effort. I'm getting the right method because of your practices. And I'm hoping for growth.
Thank you. You are growing, and we've got incredible comments. People are saying how amazing you are, Deborah, how inspiring you are, and how incredibly well you are doing. Speaking on the live stream, speaking here. When I asked you, you didn't hesitate. You said instantly yes. You just, I'm going for it. And you are truly inspiring. And I'm working with you an awful lot at the moment, and I'm enjoying every moment of working with Deborah. And I know with the aerial fitness and the BalletBeFit, and where the Deborah's really wanting to have a complete health, wellness, holistic women's health business, and I think for everybody, but she's doing incredibly well, and I just know she's going to be amazing at it. And Deborah sends me, I get emails every Saturday morning, every Saturday morning from Deborah, but I do you know, I look forward to seeing the emails, because I know that as Deborah's saying, she's consistently doing and practicing. She is consistently working towards her goal. She's consistently taking action, and that is what you have to do. You have to be open to everything to invest in yourself, because that is what you're doing. And the best bet that you're ever going to have is on yourself, not somebody else. It's on yourself, and that's what you're doing so beautifully. And I am just so excited. But for me, when I hear stories, and I've got yourself here being able to share your experiences and what a difference what we offer at BalletBeFit can do, that means so much. Because many years ago, way back now, you know, I didn't have confidence. I'd lost my direction. I'd lost my purpose. I started this up purely because for me, it's about pursuing your passion. It's about living life to the full. And it's about being an inspiration. For me, it's for being an inspiration to future generations, so that they know that they can really live it, love it, and pass it on. It is all about that for me. And I think it's just so important, and I just love where you're kind of going with everything. So before we close, is there anything that you would like to share with the listeners further before we really close this live stream? And I think you've been just amazing, and thank you for being here.
I do have a reading, if I may. I just have to find it. Sorry, I did have it marked, so give me. It's just a small one. It just it's from Melody Beattie's Journey to the Heart. If anybody is interested, these are daily meditations, which are really, really nice. So just, you can drop in at any time to them. And it's just, what are you resisting most? So be open to the whole journey, all parts of it. Is there a feeling, a person, a thought, a project that you have been avoiding? Is there some part of your life that you're refusing to deal with or open up to? Is there something you're resisting? Something that makes you stubbornly say no? Ignore the voice that says, this is how I decided it will be, so I will close off to that part. I will not consider it. That is the voice of resistance. Be open to everything. Your most valuable lessons may well come from the things you resist most. Good for thought.
It is indeed. And guys, I would recommend that you read that. It's incredible, great meditations, and you will get so much from it. It is great food for thought. We so resist things, and when we sometimes move on from resisting, that's when that other door opens, when the end of the rainbow's there, whatever you want to call it. Something changes. And I know from experience, I've held on to things that I've resisted even moving forward on things because of fear. I've been comfortable with things and I've resisted moving on. And the minute I've gone, right, enough is enough, Rachel, you're going to move on, that's when something incredible, absolutely incredible changes. So thank you ever so much for sharing that with us, Deborah. If you want to just say kind of when you're doing your classes, if anybody wants to join you, where you're based, that would be fantastic too. So I will just tell us when you're holding your classes, everything like that. Just do a little bit of a, when you're on.
I do guided meditation just before this session at 6 o'clock in the evening, and then on a Tuesday and Thursday morning at 6:30 in the morning, and then I am on a wind down Wednesday on a 8:30, and on a Thursday at 7 p.m. I'm BalletBeFitting, which is going to be more added to that, but at the moment that's what we're currently at. Yeah, so that's the market at the moment.
Is there an email that somebody can get you on if they want to contact you? Where can they reach you? Because we'll put it in the comments box, so if anybody wants to reach out to you, they can do.
Yeah, you can either follow me on Instagram at Lila Fitness IRE, or on Facebook at Lila Fitness, or you can lilafitnessire@gmail.com.
Just hang on a second. Guys, can you just make sure that you put Lila Fitness into the comments box, so anybody who wants to do a class, a guided meditation with Deborah, they know that they can reach out and really join her. Deborah is very experienced, beautiful soul, and you really should join her because she's just incredible. So I'm going to say a massive thank you to you, Deborah. Thank you for joining us, and I will see you real soon.
You will. Thanks very much for having me, Rachel. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to really kind of close tonight's session. If you want to, if you haven't already done so, please do check out Master Your Fitpreneur Mind. As Deborah shared with you, she's had incredible experiences with it, really enjoys it. It's a beautiful, beautiful program. It has success videos. You get 2 success videos every week. You get a workbook, which gives you journaling, guided meditations. It has everything in there to really set you up, get you focused. And Jean, thank you for saying how you love the course, and thank you guys for all the support that you always bring to the BalletBeFit community. I really do appreciate it. It is just always so wonderful to have you all here, and it means a lot. I really do appreciate all your feedback, all your emails. Keep them coming in. Let's amplify, let's grow, let's make a difference in everybody's world by making a difference in our world, so we can make a difference in their world. So thank you. Please check out Master Your Fitpreneur. Mind you, that is in the comments box now if you haven't already got that. And if any of you are listening who isn't an instructor, please join me on Wednesday at 12 p.m. For that's British summertime, for a masterclass, just going through about what the technique is, what we offer at BalletBeFit. As you can see, we have an incredible community. I would love to see you there. If you could put the link in the comments box, guys. It's teachballetbefit.com, I believe. You can check that out and join me for a masterclass on Wednesday afternoon. So I am going to say goodbye. That is another Hello Monday, where we talk about all that is ballet and fitness. I realized I didn't do my full intro this time. I think I'd got a little bit confused with all the tech that was going on. But please join me next week for another Hello Monday, where we talk about everything that is ballet and fitness. We talk mindset, we talk everything. And you will be able to get this live stream on the YouTube channel BalletBeFit. Also, it is in our membership area as well. And I hope to see you next week at 7 p.m. And once more, an absolute massive thank you to Deborah for joining us. So take care, everybody. Have a lovely, I'm just changing the screen. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening. It is absolutely incredible that we've still got daylight here. It's great to see the light evenings. So take care. I'll see you next week, and I hope to see some of you on Wednesday, and please check out that course. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Hello Monday. Be sure to visit the Ballet Fitness Room to join the conversation, access the show notes, and discover our fantastic bonus content. Join us next time for more tips and techniques. Bye for now.